Hello again. We're going to go over another probability example using a probability or decision tree. And this one, again, is from class this past week. The data that we talked about, this is data from the FDA, and there are 10,600 global manufacturing sites which manufacture medium and high-risk medical devices. And these sites here are registered sites by the FDA. And the data we have is we know that 50% of the U.S., 50% of non-U.S., 27% of the U.S. sites are inspected per year by the FDA. 5% are not. So what we want to do is ask a couple questions about a randomly selected manufacturer of medium or high-risk devices, and that population is this population right up here. So we're going to ask questions about that. So we have two questions to ask. So we have to create the decision tree. So we started, the first node is right here, and we have two branches. Either the site is a U.S. or non-U.S. site. Okay, that's the data that we have right now. And they're split 50-50. Okay, and at the next node here we have two branches. Either it's selected or not selected, or not selected for inspection by the FDA. And we know that 73%, 0.73, are not selected, while 0.27 are, fortunately. And again, at the bottom we have a node here, and we have the two branches, selected and not selected. So we know that 95% or 0.95 are not selected, and 0.05 are selected. And then we multiply out. So we're looking at this branch here. What it really denotes is U.S. and not selected. Okay, so we can multiply those out, but what that probability means is right here. Okay, we see an and generally you want to multiply. Okay, so we have U.S. and not selected 0.365, U.S. and selected 0.135, non-U.S. and not selected 0.475, and a non-U.S. site and selected is 0.025. And if we add these four values up, we know we will add up to 1 here. Okay. Again, this right here, these are the probabilities based upon the entire, this we're calling the population of registered FDA sites to manufacture medium and high-risk medical devices. Okay. So if we're asking a question about a randomly selected site being in the U.S. and selected for an FDA inspection, it's this in here, right? U.S. and selected is 0.1375. And if we're asking a question about a non-U.S. site being selected, it's 0.5 times 0.025. Okay? And if we asked a different question, what is the likelihood that any site was selected for inspection? Given that we are randomly selecting one of the sites. In that case, it needs to be it's U.S. and selected, or it's a non-U.S. and selected. And when we say or, you add those things up. So in this case, it would be 0.135 times 0.025, which is 0.16. Okay? So this is just another example about how we can create the probability decision tree to assist us in analyzing data and making decisions from it. And the question that we asked in this case was, if you remember from class, you're an operations executive at a medical device company. Where would you build your next plant? Okay? We had a really good discussion about that from this person's mindset. It was lively discussion there, and we can take it back up in our next class.